Domo erogato, Mr. Roboto Domo。
哎呀，好，腿部动作都想用一次成功的踢腿动作获得3分。
对，而且看他那个。
Oh, savage people. Savage! Welcome to the DynamiteGizmo podcast, everyone. Episode 252. 252. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Not you, and certainly not Gregory, I swear. Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card, but you'll find out anyway. Because we'll talk about it. How many more times am I going to say that line and not actually have a card in my hand? Maybe forever. It's part of the ritual. It's part of what you do here at the DynamiteGizmo shitcast. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Would you have thunk? Listen, folks, we got fine feathered finagles for you today.
I don't think that's actually Ian's son.
Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing.
You tell him, Conor McGregor. Hey, listen, people. Listen. Let's just dive right into this, shall we? I noticed something the other day while scrolling on the old X platform. A couple guys apparently gonna go face-to-face, head-to-head. And if this matchup gets confirmed, and all signs say it will, we might be looking at the most stylistically electrifying fight of the summer. Carlos Prates versus MVP. A banger in the making. Look at these gentlemen. Huh? This guy here, Octagon Pulse, apparently says breaking news. Carlos Prates versus Michael Venom Page is officially signed for UFC 320. Now, I don't know who this guy is, and I don't know if he can be trusted. But what I do know is in the last episode, I did mention this. I said, wouldn't it be great if MVP went up against Carlos Prates? And rightfully so, this would be great for both of them. Don't you think? You better, because I just twisted my ankle, and it feels not nice. I pressed my ankle against the chair, and now it is throbbing in pain. Now, this post claims that Prates and MVP is officially signed, as I just said. But as it sits right now, there is no official confirmation. There is nothing. If you go on the UFC website, you're not going to see a damn thing. And I don't know who this guy is. Can we trust him? But what I do know is that I can guarantee, no, I can't. But what I can say is I could see this happening. It's very likely to happen. Why wouldn't it? If we take a look back at just a year ago, both of these motherfuckers debuted in 2024. Prates back in January at UFC 297 and MVP in March at 299. And in just a few short months, they've each made a serious dent in the welterweight division. MVP having 19 dominant wins and only 2 losses in Bellator. He was a shoo-in for the UFC. And the MMA community knew it, dude. Everybody knew it. Remember the excitement and the enthusiasm everyone had for MVP to fight Kevin Holland in his debut? I remember it because I was there. I wasn't there at the event, but I was in the world and paying attention to it. I said, oh boy, look who it is. Mr. Venom Page himself coming to squiggle around the octagon with his karate. It was great, dude. It was almost to the same level, extent of excitement we're seeing for Patchy Mix, who's making his debut next weekend on 316. We always like it when a good guy from another division comes over to UFC. It's exciting, right? And then, of course, we have Carlos Prates, one of the 4 fucking fighting nerds, icon, all of them. He also debuted in 2024. And when he did, he proceeded to knock out Gilles, Radke, Jing Liang, and Magny all within 7 months. All in 2024. Boom, bop, bang, bap, bow. All knockouts. Knocked them all out. All right? And not only that, but he got a Performance of the Night bonus for each one of them. Every single one of them. Back to back to back to back. Knockout to knockout to knockout to knockout. Performance of the night, blah, 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 all the way. Look at all the money this guy's got. And prior to joining the UFC, I don't know if you knew this, but prior to Prates joining the UFC, he was on a 9-fight win streak, and he even won the SFT vacant welterweight championship over the one and only Charles Oliveira. Huh? Not that Charles Oliveira, this one, though. There's a different one. This guy right here. Okay? It's not the Charles Oliveira you're thinking of. This is One Punch Charles Oliveira. Okay? It's a different guy. There's actually many Charles Oliveiras, believe it or not. And Carlos Prates happened to win a belt over one of them. But not the best one. Okay? So when it comes to both of these motherfuckers, both of these somewhat new forces in the UFC, I say somewhat new forces because they're not completely new, but they're somewhat. They are both damn near undefeated, at least when it comes to the UFC. Damn near. Damn near. And more importantly, both with only one loss on their UFC record. And who is that loss from? Who is that loss from? Well, the one and only Ian Machado Gary. Both of them have only one loss, and that one loss is Ian Machado Gary. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Although they haven't had many fights in their UFC career yet, and surely there are plenty more to come, as it sits right now, Ian is the only man that stood in their way. He's the only motherfucker. Okay? We know the welterweight is as stacked as it's ever been right now. It's unbelievable. And there's a scramble at the top for the next contender. Scrambled eggs, dude. I love me some scrambled eggs. I had some the other day. I made them. Gordon Ramsay style. And they were delicious. So I'd say it makes perfect sense to match these two up right now. Why wouldn't it? To see who, out of the two, who couldn't get past Gary, get pushed upward first. I'm getting messages left, right, and center on my watch. I mean, surely they're both going to rise to the top 10 eventually. They have to. All right? And when they do, welterweight is going to be even more undeniably not only the best it's ever been, but maybe the most stacked division we've ever seen ever, no matter what. Could you imagine getting Carlos and MVP up there in the top 10 as well? All right? Right now, they're ranked 13 and 15. So sure, it won't shake up the top of the division immediately, but it's not about the rankings. It's about the momentum. This fight tells us who's built to climb higher and faster. This is a test for both gentlemen, and I think it's a great test. You both lost to Ian. Why not match each other up? Who comes out on top? Huh? MVP took a loss to Ian Gary, then immediately turned it around, and he gave Shara Medov his first loss on his record. Okay? After Shara just had one of the greatest highlight knockouts of the year with that double spinning back fist. Remember that shit? And if you haven't seen that, go watch it. I ain't going to show it to you. You're perfectly capable of going to watch it yourself. Now go watch it. Okay? And then Carlos Prates, he is coming off directly his first loss in the UFC, and it was from Ian Gary. Okay? So Prates needs to prove that he can maintain his position in the division. and keep his reputation with the fighting nerds strong and thriving, dude. So who better to prove that than against a man who lost to Ian Gary prior to him? Okay? It'll be an interesting matchup, that's for sure. And I imagine both guys are going to stay on their feet. Why wouldn't they? Okay? You've got MVP's unorthodox fucking karate. And then you've got Carlos's Muay Thai. Punch, punch, kick, kick. That'll be a fucking great fight, dude. Fantastic. I don't care where they put him. Put him at a co-main event, on a main number event, or put him as a main event on a fight night. Either way, bang-a-rang, dude. And just like always, I mean, there's only really been 3 times so far in the UFC, but it seems like whenever MVP is fighting, it's always hard for me to make a prediction. Because why? Because he's always up against some guy that I like, and I like MVP. So it's like I want MVP to win, but I also want Carlos to win. I want them both to win. Who do I want more? I don't know. Don't speak to me that way. I'm not your uncle. We've got 2 elite strikers here, dude, both trying to bounce back from the same loss. And both trying to punch their ticket into the top 10. So I don't know, dude. I think I'm going to ride with Prates again, like I did with Ian Gary. The fighting nerds need to stand up. But if we're being honest here, MVP is a dangerous one-slip motherfucker. He gets you, it's lights out as well. What if they knock each other out? That would be amazing. MVP punches, Carlos Prates punches. Kabloop. Gone. Lights out for both of them. What do you do then? Is that a no contest? Or do you go to the highlight reel and see who got knocked out first? I don't know. Has that ever happened? I don't know. What are you asking me for? I'm not an expert. Stop asking me questions. I'm not an expert. All I'm saying is this is the most recent rumored fight. I think it's amazing, and I kind of predicted it was going to happen. That's how good I am. I'm that good. Nobody can beat me.
I don't think that's actually in Sun. And I don't like Eminem.
All right. Now let's flip things on its head for a second, shall we? Enough about Carlos. Enough about MVP. We need to move on to something else. Okay? We've been hyping up the welterweight division a lot lately. Last episode, maybe even the episode prior, I can't remember. But certainly this episode, we just did it again. And rightfully so. Okay? We don't need to get into the specifics. I already did. Watch last week's episode if you want me to. But now let's talk about the other end of the spectrum. Heavyweight. Possibly, I would argue, and maybe many others, it's the worst it's ever been. Heavyweight went from being the biggest, baddest, and most anticipated division in the sport to now being filled with a bunch of fat, non-athletic, slow, miserable fighters. They don't got the steroids anymore. It sucks. I know it's crazy to say this, being that Tom versus John is the most anticipated fight of the year. But in all honesty, that's only because Tom is so good. And that we may actually have a chance at seeing him finally put a stop to John Jones' reign. Okay? That's the only thing we got. If it wasn't for that, there would be no excitement in the heavyweight division. Not even a little bit. Tom is all they got left. And thank fuck for that, dude. Thank fuck for that. All right? I mean, think about it. Outside of Tom Aspinall, really, think about it. Outside of Tom Aspinall, who gets you hyped? And get rid of John Jones. He's not even in the discussion. All right? Go ahead. Name one. Cyril Gahn? Volkov? Almeida? No one's buying pay-per-views for that shit. None. Let's just say it how it is, dude. Heavyweight used to be killers, but now it's the division of donuts. Donuts. Donut-looking motherfuckers, donut-eating motherfuckers. All right? Chunky, sloppy, flabby, bouncing around. Is that what we want? I don't know. You look at the bottom 10 heavyweights right now, and half of them are either coming off of 2 losses or haven't even fought in over a year. This isn't elite competition. This is a retirement plan, baby. What are we doing here? All right? And I saw this post on X. All right? I still don't like calling it X, but that's what it is. So I guess that's what we're going to call it. But I saw this post on X by some man named Ovin Vithanaj. All right? Here it is here. Why don't we take a look at the screen? Not at Charles Oliveira. This right here. UFC undisputed heavyweight title fights from 2015 onward, okay? 2015, 1, okay? Here's where it's important. 2016, 2. 2017, 1. 2018, 3. And then from 2019 to 2024, there's only been 1 per year. And now we're in 2025, and there has been 0. And if we take a scroll down here, even in 20... Oh, it's gone. Well, in 2014, which is not listed here, there was also 0. In 2014, which is also not listed here, there was 0. But, okay, from 2016 to 2018, like we saw there, were the only years where there were more than 1 heavyweight title fights held. Okay? And all of them involved, guess who? Nope, not John Jones, Stipe. Stipe Miocic. Remember Stipe? Remember how he retired and they didn't even give him even an ounce of recognition? Remember when he retired and they didn't even give him a minute video celebrating the glory that was Stipe? He just threw his gloves down and said, "Fuck you, I'm out." Remember? Okay? In 2016, Stipe won the belt against Fabricio Werdum. He defended it against Alistair Overeem in 2016. He defended it again against Junior Dos Santos in 2017. Defended it again against Francis Ngannou in 2018. Then he lost the belt to Daniel Cormier in 2018. But then in 2019, he won it back against Daniel Cormier. And then defended it again against Daniel Cormier in 2020. Only to lose it to Ngannou in 2021. Whoa. Remember those days? Those were nice heavyweight days. Listen, look at those names. Alistair Overeem, Junior Dos Santos, Francis Ngannou, Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic. Oh la la. We can't have this excitement right now in heavyweight. Not right now. All we got is Tom and Jones. That's it. Okay, right now, the heavyweight division also is the smallest it's ever been in recent history. With only 30 fighters on the roster. Did you know about that? There's only 30 fighters on the roster total in the heavyweight division, which makes it the smallest division in all of UFC, even smaller than the smallest women's bantamweight division. Sorry. The UFC's heavyweight division is smaller than the smallest female division, which is female bantamweight division with 32 fighters on the roster. Okay? So what's going on here? Do we need to bring back the roids? Okay? We're really loose on the heavyweight weight limit, why not be a little loose on the substances that they can use? Bring it back to the old days, because all we got are chunky monkeys. We got chunky slobs rolling around in there, other than Tom Aspinall. Okay? But regardless of whether or not we get Tom versus John, we basically have to rely on Tom to keep the division alive. Because again, who's left? Who is left that's exciting? Really? Okay? We only got Cyril Gahn, Volkov, Blades, Almeida, Derek Lewis, maybe Texera, but that is it. That's it, dude. That's it. And those guys aren't even that exciting. But out of all the 30 heavyweight contenders that we have, those would be the most exciting ones. But think about this. Just imagine if Tom Aspinall was dropped into welterweight or lightweight. Just imagine he was in those weight classes. You still think he'd be champ? No, I'm not saying he's shit. Obviously, Tom is amazing. He's fantastic. But maybe not, he wouldn't be so successful. All right? If he had guys like we have in welterweight or lightweight to go against. He'd have to go through a freaking gauntlet. He'd have to go through a freaking gauntlet to get there. Okay? Again, but I'm not saying Tom Aspinall isn't as good as we think he is. He's fucking amazing. Specifically for a heavyweight with his fastness. All right? But in the wise words of Renato Moicano, that's easy money. Okay? It's easy money, man. Easy money, brother. Easy money for Tom Aspinall. He could easily sweep through all these guys one after the other. No problem. No problem. Easy money, brother. Easy money. Okay, but so overall, that'll be amazing for his legacy. It will be. Okay? It gives Tom the best opportunity to become the longest reigning champion in heavyweight history. It might happen, and it probably will happen. Okay? But in terms of entertainment for the fans, as long as Tom Aspinall stays champ, which he will, we'll continue to get first-round knockouts for the rest of Tom's career. That's all it's going to be. We don't have Daniel Cormier or Stipe or Ngannou or Jones or Overeem or Dos Santos or Brock Lesnar. We don't have those kind of guys in the heavyweight anymore. They're all gone. This isn't the heavyweight division anymore. This is Tom Aspinall's division. One man is carrying this entire weight class on his back. It's not a title run. It's a cleanup job. But you know what? That might be a good thing. It just very well might be. Okay? Because think about it this way. We all love knockouts. And we love first-round finishes. And we love Tom Aspinall. So maybe that's all the heavyweight division needs right now. One man, one round, every time. And as long as Tom Aspinall's walking out first, I'm good with that. Dun, 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 dun. We got one final thing to talk about, my friends. One final thing to talk about, my friends. And I think you know what it is. Oh, I think you know. And if you don't, you can take a guess. Oh, you can go ahead. We said this last time. Take a guess, but fuck it. We have some more Tom Aspinall news. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. We have some more Tom Aspinall news, okay? On Monday, we had this. Huh? Recognize this? Did you happen to see this anywhere? This past Monday, we all woke up to the same thing. All right? Tom Aspinall's bright red face staring us down with the words, "Heavyweight news coming soon." Hourglass emoji. There was a date, no details, just pure uncut hope. Oh, whoa, dude. I can't believe it. Now, normally, in any other situation, this would make me unbelievably happy. In fact, it would make anybody happy who cares about the UFC and who cares about Tom versus John. This is it. Finally, this is the fucking moment we've been waiting for, right? This is it. Oh my God, it's here. Heavyweight news coming soon this Wednesday. Yeah! Fuck, dude, it's like Christmas. But only we didn't know when Christmas was going to arrive. We were just waiting patiently in angst for the day that will finally be let out of the dark. Begging for months on end, over a year at this point. Just give us something, anything to give us hope. Please, just a crumb. Just a little crumb is all we need. And finally, our leader of the heavyweight division comes through. It's about fucking time. He's finally giving us the little crumb that we've been scratching at the surface, begging for. He's here. He's giving it to us. Oh, thank you, true champion of the heaviest of weights. Thank you for putting us at peace. Now, let us read the comments of this glorious tease of a post to see if our leader has given us any more of a trickle of hope. Huh? Shall we? Let's just take a look. Oh, he's got here, UFC, announce my fights, guys. Not me. Oh, isn't that nice? That's great, dude. He's teasing us. You're so funny, Tom. You're a good little troll, just like John. I see what you're doing, Tom. You're just trolling us, aren't you? Oh, but look, there's more comments. MMA Guru, get the bucket and corner gloves on, son. I'm about to take my 37th defense of the interim title. Oh, this is great, isn't it? It's so good. He's really playing into the narrative of John being a duck. Now, isn't he? Oh, this is great. Oh, Tom, you're so nice. You're so funny. I love the way you're doing this. Okay, but there's one more comment. Whoops. Let's take a look at it here. Sorry, guys. I'm fighting for a new belt. Interim of the interim BMF UFC heavyweight title. Living my best life. He just keeps going. But that's all we got. But hey, I think we're getting a little spoiled now, aren't we? He could have just put the post out saying heavyweight news coming soon, but he trickled in a little more fucking spice. Okay? Playing on the John Jones ducking aspect of it all. Huh? I mean, I'll be damned, dude. If this isn't the best, just the best tease and a jab at John Jones for the upcoming fight, I don't know what is. He's not going to fuck with us. It's Tom Aspinall. I can't believe we're finally getting this fight announcement. He wouldn't be doing all this just to announce a sponsorship or a product endorsement. Tom wouldn't do that to us. There's no way, not at this point. He couldn't. There's too much on the line. There's too much tension and anticipation. We're all waiting, just like Tom Aspinall. Our true leader of the heavyweight division wouldn't do us this dirty. He wouldn't brush us under the rug just like John did to us. Remember, Do you remember back in the day when good old Johnny Meat, in 24 hours I'll be making a huge announcement, and then he threw this shit at us? Remember?
This next fight for me is a personal one, but it's not just for me. It's for every American who's ever been bullied, robbed, or deceived. It's arguably the most important fight of my career. My next opponent will be the American healthcare system.
Remember that shit? Remember when John Jones did that to us? Tom knows about this. He wouldn't do that to us. He wouldn't do that. That's insane. Tommy, come on, dude. I love you. You're giving us the final announcement. Heavyweight news coming soon. We'll just wait until Wednesday. Wednesday's the day. Finally, it's here. We'll just hang on and wait till Wednesday. And by George, today is the day. Today is the day. Oh my God, I cannot wait. This is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. The day the division gets saved. The day the duck finally quacks. The day we finally get closure. So let's watch it together, shall we? Tom's big announcement. I am so ready. Okay.
This game will test everything. Your body, your mind, your patience. You don't get here alone. My family, my team, my pack. Every day we show up. Quiet, focused, ready. A heavyweight mind. It's not just fight night. It's every single moment before it. That's a champion.
Oh, Tommy. Tom. Why, Tom? What have you done? Over and over we've been teased, prodded, poked, shafted, promised, and denied. But we knew we had one last hope. We knew you were on our side, Tommy. You had our backs just as much as we had yours. And now look what you've done. What is this? Huh? What is this, Tom? I mean, come on, dude. Over 100,000 signatures. 115,000 signatures to get John Jones stripped of the belt. And this is what we get? A fucking ad for champion? Champion? Tom Aspinall, the heavyweight champion, sponsored by Champion. Heavyweight news coming soon. Heavyweight news coming soon. Tom Aspinall, the heavyweight champion, sponsored by Champion. Heavyweight news coming soon. No fight. No belt. No John versus Tom. Just more branding. More advertising. Just like John. I guess we really are waiting until June 28th. And with that, folks, that's it for this episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. You can hit the bell, or you don't have to do any of that. It'd be kind of nice if you did, but you don't have to. There's really no benefit for me whether or not you do it. Just kidding. It would benefit me. But anyway, bye.